Go through a lot of areas, the 76 points in the paint.
Yeah.
And that was the start of the game. And 48 points in the first quarter.
Well, the defense was defense and rebounding. And the thing that I was impressed with from a rebounding standpoint, they only had 7 offensive rebounds. And I thought the pressure, the communication, the carryover from yesterday's film session and meeting was at a high level. And then look at the offensive numbers. I mean, DA 23 and 16. I mean, he could have easily had a 20-20 night. Book and Cam have like 21 assists, 2 turnovers. That's really efficient. And then you can go down the list. Mikal just kept making timely shots, and his defense was really good. And Jay, guarding LeBron, the way that he guards him, and staying in front of LeBron and being sound and communicating when we had to switch. I thought the first group set the tone, and it just gave everybody a lot of confidence that we were going to have one of those nights. So I'm proud of the bounce back from yesterday, taking the film session and all the stuff we walked over, 2-for-1s, fouling when we needed to, when we had a foul to give. Like, there was a lot of stuff that we covered yesterday, and our guys, I could sit here and talk about it all day as a coach. Like, those are the things you're proud of when you talk about stuff, they talk about things we need to do, and then they implement it in the game. That's big time.
And then the transition to now running when opportunity.
Yeah.
I know it starts with defense, but to be able to push the ball and get some easy ones out there.
Well, I thought a lot of it was just activity and deflections. I don't know how many we had tonight, but it seemed like in the first half we just kept getting our hands on balls. And when we play defense like that, it looks like 6 guys are on the floor because everybody's covering for each other. So that helps us get out in transition. And when we get out in transition, we have, guys who can finish, guys who can shoot it, and DA puts a ton of pressure on the rim that opens it up for everybody.
Offensive rebounding front, we talked a lot about that recently. It's not yet double the amount that they had.
Yeah.
Seen on the other end as far as attack.
Well, defensively, we had a hit first mentality. I think it always starts there. We play really good defense and take away the primary and secondary options. The shot goes up, and there have been games where we, stare at the ball and wait for somebody else to go get it. I thought tonight we had that hit first mentality, and then, we have the capability of picking up extra possessions. Mikal does it, Jay does it, and getting Torrey back certainly helps. But JaVale and DA, they've been key for us in that category all season long.
There was a point, I think, in the second half, you guys were up by 30, and there was a defensive breakdown. And Devin let out a profanity as he was walking back up the court.
Yeah.
What does that say to you about him and his basketball team?
Well, I've said it since I've been here. He's more than a scorer. He's more than an offensive savant, whatever people call him. The young man plays defense. He guards his position every night. He's one of the best two-way players in the game. Now, that sounds weird talking about Devin as a two-way player, but that's what he is. He doesn't back down from a matchup. He should get all defensive mention just because of where we are defensively and what he means to our team defensively. Like, he and Mikal and Jay, those guys guarding the wings, it helps a ton. And I don't think he gets enough credit for playing that kind of defense. So for him, he understands the historical numbers. If you can be a top 5 offensive and defensive efficiency team, you got a chance to win big. And so that's what we're shooting for. We want to be the best in both categories.
You talk about implementing those details
Yeah.
day to day. Is there one voice that guides that, or what do you attribute the ability to do that to on this group?
I hope it's not one. I hope it's like 20 plus, you know what I'm saying? From players to coaches to even support staff that's talking about the same things, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to run a program where it's one voice. I'd like all those voices to become one voice, you know what I mean? But it obviously starts with your vets because they know what to say. But I think at this point, everybody knows what we're trying to do. And when you have everybody saying the same thing, then it becomes that one voice that can be unique in sports.
We talked a lot about the link-up between guys when you have that switch, and there were times where guys just threw it in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the strongest we've seen a connection between the guys on the perimeter.
We've had it versus teams who switch a lot. We just haven't seen it as consistently. He sent me a text the other day, and in a DA way, it wasn't selfish. It wasn't like I want more points. He was like, Coach, I can dominate down there. Like I think we need to, look at me more. And I texted him back. I said, you're right. And I also said we got to do this, this, and this as a coach. But we have to take advantage of that because what we learned in the playoffs, when it counts, we can't be one-dimensional, and getting guys used to scoring or being a threat to score, it gives you so many options. And, one thing that we've tried to work on is not just that high-low pass, but the ball fake that may open up a three on the backside. And, I think we're just going to get better at that. But I don't think DA was close to playing like that when we first got here. It's something that he's worked on. The catch high, keep it high is just what I got from Tim Duncan. He's probably the best I've ever seen. I'm sure Wilt and other guys could be better, but Tim was the one who taught me that. And Mark Bryant's helped DA become really efficient in that environment.
Do you remember when he sent you that note, and had he ever initiated a conversation like that with you before?
Oh yeah, we've talked. I mean, all the players know they can call me or text me anytime. It was after a Toronto game, and so we're texting back and forth. And DA doesn't make those kinds of statements so he can score more or get more points. He's just like, look, Coach, I can do work down there. And as a coach, you have to, take that and understand, like, I've been around him long enough to know his intentions. And tonight he backed it up.
So just to follow up on that. So you have to focus the way you game, because you guys have to, I'm not questioning. Did you sense even focus?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yesterday was one of those days where, as a coach, I have to call them up as a team, because I know that how badly they want to win and how badly they want it. It was just one of those environments yesterday where it was high level, and it wasn't like intense for intense sake. It was intense with a purpose. And so you could feel it yesterday, like we're going to play well tomorrow. Now, whether or not we win, we're going to play well because there was great focus, great intention, passion. And those environments are the ones I'm used to. When I came into the league with Coach Riley, like that was every day in New York. And then I went to San Antonio where we're trying to play for a championship. I'm like 23 years old. I'm like, holy smokes, like it's all I really know. And so yesterday was one of those days where we got a lot done walking through stuff and in the film session. And then when guys broke up to shoot, it was like there was purpose. And we didn't do one drill. We didn't play 5-on-5. It was just a lot of purpose yesterday.
The score speaks for itself, but just the attention and focus you guys had at the start of the game. How do you what happened?
It was really big. It was a good start for us. After last game, I told you, man, we don't like losing 2 in a row. So we just want to come with, a lot of energy and effort. And, we did that to start the game. And, they had parts of the game where it felt like they were pushing back. And then, we rebutted again. So it was a good game for us.
Curious in terms of just the defense, in terms of getting out in transition and getting steals and turnovers and defensive stops, how significant was that in terms of getting you guys out?
Really important. Obviously we know what, Brown's been doing as of late, so we had to key on him and, he still got it going a little bit, but, trying to make the other guys do it and, you know, just showing a lot of attention there and using our length and our athleticism as our advantage. Yeah.
Did that inspire anything?
Nah, that's what's gonna happen anyways. I just think it's funny. Yeah,
Why do you think it's fun?
it just is. I know what you're trying to do to win, but
I'm just asking.
yeah. No, it's just all the ifs, and you know, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If my auntie had something between her legs, she'd be my uncle. You know, it's a lot of ifs in this game, and you know, you look at history along the lines, like there's some that comes up for every team during every season. So, you know, instead of just taking the high route and going, you have to make a comment like that. It's kind of funny.
Monty even said before the game, like, well, Chris was hurt.
Yeah.
Look, Monty mentioned there being a high level carryover from a good film session yesterday. What were you seeing as far as the way guys were moving towards you when you were getting blitzed this time around compared to maybe Friday?
Yeah, we looked at it in film and, you know, just finding the opening spots. And, you know, I told you guys how to do a better job of getting off the ball earlier. So, you know, the next player can attack the disadvantage, you know, after the double team. And, you know, I think they tried that a little bit early, but, you know, there's a lot of things open. I think we had 6 or 7 threes in the first quarter, and, you know, everybody's a threat on this team, and, you know, I trust everybody. So it's easy for me to get off the ball.
You guys have been playing some of his most efficient basketball since the All-Star break. What have you seen from his, just how automatic he is down low and from the mid-range?
I mean, his touch is just phenomenal. Something that I'm inspired by, and, you know, and he does it so quick. He catches it in that pocket and he gets it on the rim. He's just progressing that, you know, in that aspect of his game so well, especially when there's like a low man there and he catches it. And, you know, he used to bring the ball down a lot and guards be able to get their hands on it, but he's done a good job of catch high, keep high. And, you know, I told him he is, you know, one of the best touches in the league. Just put it on the rim. If you miss it, you'll get it back. So, you know, he's been doing an incredible job with that.
There was that play where you were in the corner, threw it up to him for the lob. I think he kind of ran off the screen, caught the ball, threw it up to him. You must feel more confident throwing it to him than maybe when you first came in.
Yeah. And that's part of progression. That's part of learning. I mean, I thought he was going to come down with that one and lay it up. He turned it midair and still dunked it. So, you know, just the natural raw talent and athletic ability that he has, you know, is something that, you know, you don't see too often in this league.
Before playing the third quarter, I think you guys were up by 30, and there was a defensive breakdown, and you kind of let out a profanity, you went back up the court. Is that an example of the standard you're kind of setting for yourself?
What situation?
There's a defensive breakdown sometime when you're up by 30.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the game was already well in hand, you let out a profanity, you walk back up the court. Is that kind of a standard you're setting for this team?
Yeah, man. We want to lock into the defense end. You know, we hold each other accountable on that end, and, you know, we're never playing to score. You know, we're playing for a championship, and we're playing for playoff basketball. And, you know, we've learned that those little moments and little slip ups, if you let them go by without saying anything, you know, it can bite you later down when it hurts the worst. And we're hollering out all defensive team for a lot of our guys, Jay, DeAndre, Mikal, myself, Chris. You know, we all feel like, you know, we can be on those teams. And, you know, historically speaking, you know, the best team in the NBA usually has had a couple or few guys up there. So, you know, we take a lot of pride in it.
But Lonnie said that you're one of the best two-way players in the league right now. Have you personally been working on something on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we hold each other all accountable. You don't want to be that guy. You know, I take a lot of pride in it, and always have. I mean, I think there's a lot of guys in this league, really talented guys that score the ball, make plays for a lot of people. But, you know, the list is smaller when you talk about people that are doing it on both ends, you know. So, you know, I want that reputation, and, you know, I'm going to prove it every night.
Devin Williams, the thing I have was just the focus coaches talk about in practice yesterday. About that carry over to tonight. Can you just speak to that on how much that did carry?
Yeah, I mean, it was an honest practice. It was an honest film session. That's why I love this team, man. We lose a game, it's the end of the world for us. It is, man. As much as we say, you know, we want to keep our our gym the same with wins and losses. We lose, man, it sucks. And you can feel it. We have a saying, you know, the food don't taste the same, man. You know, we live by that. So, you know, when we lose one, it feels like we lost 5 in a row. And, you know, we just don't want it to happen again.
Coach was saying that we texted him after the Toronto game.
Mm-hmm.
I can dominate down there.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, clearly, you know, you feeling that, but how important was that tonight to actually do that and get the opportunity to do that?
Coach trusts us. You know, he trusts me, and that means a lot. You know, him just giving us the green light and, you know, making us go to work and, you know, just, I don't want to say freely, but just understanding, not always being on our back and, you know, stuff like that, letting stuff play out and, you know, just trusting our culture. Because at the same time, we play in our system regardless of what teams throw at us. And, you know, that text was just saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Simple as that.
They come out small, and I'm thinking, well,
Yeah, I feel disrespected if they come out small. I mean, I could guard their lineups. I don't know if they could guard ours. You know, and you know that's just my thing on just punishing teams like that. You know, last year even when the league was trying to play this small ball, you know, I'm a traditional big, but it don't faze me though. You know, at the same time, I'm still a big that can move a lot. You know, and guard 1 through 5, willing to guard 1 through 5. So it's just stuff like that you have to adjust to and know that the league is changing every day. And, you know, that traditional big stuff when it's small on bigs, that matchup where ceiling smaller guys will never change.
did you hear what Anthony Davis said before the game about his growing injury?
No, I don't listen to none of that.
When you hear that now, you're like,
At the same time, if it happened to any one of us and we had to play them and we were missing people on injuries like that, they would have killed us. You know, there would have been no mercy. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we all got to come out and play. You know, it's just competing at the end of the day. Injuries is part of the game.
Yeah, I know we've talked a lot about rebounding lately. How big is it when you and the rest of the guys can have a night on the offensive glass like you did and you get yourself some extra second chances?
Yeah, you know, rebounding again. You know, that's the vocal point for us right now. You know, just closing out possessions and not giving teams second chances like how we did to Toronto. You know, that was just tonight was the time to redeem ourselves and really get back in motion on crashing the glass and trying to be relentless and giving, you know, our team better chances or second chances, you know, to get a basket. And that's what we did tonight. Coach had us in film yesterday in practice and got on us a little bit. It was an honest film session. And, you know, we got the message for sure. And, you know, the results showed tonight.
Monty mentioned that you guys have talked about, you know, catch high.
Keep high. Mm-hmm.
How helpful is
That is important because the refs ain't calling those swipe downs, especially if it's a mismatch. You know, the refs let us play down there when it's sealing and, you know, we ducking in the small guys, but the guy swiping, got a hand, piece of the hand, just catch high, keep high. You know, you can avoid that just by not putting the ball to the ground, getting closer to the rim. You know, that's the thing we do a lot. I think last year, I used to get my hand, you know, jacked up by dudes just, you know, swiping down on me every time because I keep bringing it down. But, you know, learning from that, you know, you create the float game, more jump hooks, and that's how you adjust.
Younger we've asked you a lot about like that link up between you and the guards when you on the switch when you're looking for it. Is this like the best it's felt? There was like that lob book had to you. He said himself, he thought like maybe you were late in.
Most def. Yeah, me and Vel said it during the game. You know, we really could punish teams once we're relentless, once we get a hit, and you know, teams calling out switches like that. You know, it's hard not to throw the ball down there for us when we're rolling so hard, generating offense for our team. So, you know, stuff like that, we definitely talk to our guards about, and they looking for it. You know, all credit to them, especially tonight, you know, getting me and Vel going. And them dudes, you know, I think it was one possession where I got the jump hook and we got to stop and came back down. Book say, post them up again, you know, and, you know, just hearing stuff like that and knowing that they see the advantages as well is great. You know, we learn it every day.
How does it feel to 2 years ago with where you guys are at now with it? Like now Jay or Mikel like flash the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of these counters.
Playoffs showed a lot. C is so good in the pick and roll, man. Teams throw so many different things at us to where our other guys have to be playmakers. So when you're seeing Jay Crowder and Mikal Bridges flash, that's just our encounterment to, C getting double team or blitz, him and Book. And, we just adjust and adapt to what those teams are doing to us while I play the baseline. And them dudes play up top playing, our 0.5 offense.
A lot of obviously is made of just all the stuff we discussed. The score 76 points. Is that point of emphasis? Just happened.
Nah, that's just being relentless. Playing our culture, playing Suns basketball. Not really letting up on the competition. Like I say, when we play, when it's games like this, we're not playing the score, we're not playing the time or the regulation of the game. We're playing to better ourselves. At the same time, we're playing for the bigger picture. We gotta play. We got ready for playoffs. It's a lot of slip ups in this game as well that we got on each other about. We could be up by 100, but we felt like the momentum wasn't there in the third. And, we got on each other and say, this ain't it. Because this was a regular game or these dudes was healthy enough, we wouldn't let players like that even slide by us or, you know what I'm saying? So, it was just us being on each other and working on ourselves to get better for the higher level.
It just seemed like I didn't see a lot of smiling. I didn't see a lot of celebrating. Okay, I was seeing right.
And then, C on the bench. At the end of the day, we got to respect our opponents. That's another thing. We respect our opponents, but we're going to respect you by beating you up. Simple as that. All right. Thank you, guys. All right, now.
That was it.